England, the home of Rolls-Royce motor cars. For 114 years, Rolls-Royce has been the byword for luxury that attracted the visionaries, explorers, adventurers, and victors such as Lawrence of Arabia, who said that a rose in the desert is above rubies. The Russian steppes, the Indian Ghats, the Alpine passes, and the sands of the Sinai, all conquered by Rolls-Royces over a century ago, driven by those who dared.
History set our precedent, and today Rolls-Royce answers its call to action. For today's visionaries, adventurers, and explorers, for those who believe in the supremacy of liberty, we have written another chapter in the extraordinary story of our mark. Our answer to the call of history is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
To the designers, engineers and craftspeople at the home of Rolls-Royce, Cullinan is a completely different animal, a wholly new challenge.
A Rolls-Royce that recalibrates the scale and possibility of true luxury.
A pinnacle SUV in the total automotive industry.
And so, I send it out into the world, hidden in plain view, to undertake its final challenge in the public eye. To prove itself worthy of the name Rolls-Royce in the face of the greatest challenges, the toughest of environments. Only when it has done so can it return, confident in the knowledge that it has proven itself the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. And so it begins.
It begins in Britain, travelling from the home of Rolls-Royce through London and on to Scotland, the first part of the final challenge.
Cullinan is a major departure from the norm for Rolls-Royce, but it is a departure that our customers welcomed. They wanted more, but it was simply not there until now. My briefing to our designers and engineers had been, it needs to be the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. And for that reason, you need to be authentic in every little thing. Authenticity when it comes to luxury, that's given because we are Rolls-Royce. Authenticity when it comes to magic carpet ride, of course, because we are Rolls-Royce. Authenticity when it comes to presence. This car carries presence, it's a Rolls-Royce. But on top of that, very important for the segment we are now in is authenticity when it comes to 4x4 capabilities. And Cullinan really brings you effortless everywhere. I think that Rolls-Royce has a very well-founded pedigree when it comes to off-road capabilities. And now we've designed Cullinan to do specifically that. Take it off-road.
The Highlands of Scotland offer the harshest terrain anywhere in the UK. Trapped between the wild North Sea and the howling Atlantic, this is landscape formed by millennia, shaped by the forces of nature. It's no wonder Cullinan felt so at home.
It was important at the beginning of the design project that we really understood what Cullinan could be in terms of the way that it would be used. There was something very unique we felt with Cullinan right at the beginning, where our challenge, our chance if you like, was to match this absolutely luxurious world. Perfect craftsmanship, absolute comfort and well-being on the interior with this more hostile world, challenging environment, putting this little luxury capsule into that space.
Tackling this rugged landscape gave us our first understanding of what Cullinan was really capable of, and the role the architecture of luxury plays in making it so capable. The architecture of luxury is Rolls-Royce's proprietary all-aluminium space frame architecture, designed by Rolls-Royce engineers that will underpin every future Rolls-Royce.
This car is luxury in its purest form, Rolls-Royce luxury, blended with perfect practicality and off-road capability.
Minus 15 on a good day. Visibility 0 on a bad day. The Uchtal Glacier Road takes us to the Rettenbach and Tiefenbach glaciers. The snow is over 6 feet high in places, but it's perfect powder for skiing. The new drivetrain system engineered by Rolls-Royce for Cullinan had one key job to do.
We began with a simple principle: to bring the famed Rolls-Royce Magic Carpet Ride to all other terrains possible. Our challenge was to combine the maximum luxury comfort for the on-road together with the off-road capability like we have today.
A completely new front and rear axle deliver astounding levels of control over lateral roll and shear forces, and deliver high degrees of agility and stability. This, together with the latest generation of self-leveling air suspension and four-wheel steering, contributes to incredible drivability and comfort for passengers whatever the driving conditions.
Well, in Cullinan we implemented the first time an all-wheel drive. You really can feel, hey, come on, that's completely a new Rolls-Royce. This is really an all-wheel drive behavior, which is completely unique in the Rolls-Royce history.
In addition, the flag-bearer stereo camera system integrated in the windscreen sees the road or terrain ahead, adjusting the Cullinan suspension proactively. When driving off-road, the electronically controlled air suspension uses an air compression system to actively push down any wheel it detects losing traction to ensure every wheel is in contact with the ground. The final piece of the puzzle, which ensures that the Rolls-Royce Cullinan is effortless everywhere, is one single button. One push of the off-road button is all it takes to harness the full suite of Rolls-Royce engineering and unleash the power of Cullinan's off-road capability. From the Austrian Alps, the Cullinan went on to face one of its greatest tests: the dunes of the Arabian Peninsula. Cullinan's engineering and design is not simply conceived to conquer any environment, but by its nature, create a wholly new one of luxury everywhere. Even in the middle of the desert, luxury remains in easy reach. Being the first three-box SUV in the world means you can remain the coolest thing in the desert, encapsulated in your own ecosystem even when the rear compartment is opened. It's a Rolls-Royce, after all.
It is a limousine positioned higher on the road. You have your command sense of driving experience, You have your luxury that you would associate to this beautifully crafted cabin space. Cullinan, like every Rolls-Royce that leaves the Goodwood plant, is ultimately bespokeable. The cabin, for the first time in the SUV market space, we actually have a cabin that's hermetically sealed, acoustically sealed from the utility space, the boutiques. That's very important for us, that space is the magic carpet sanctuary space. That's the first time in the industry that anybody's ever done that. And in terms of practicality, beyond the champagne cooler for the individual seats, we have the folding bench option as well, which means that those seats will fold to achieve a very practical flat load floor. If you're in London as an antiques dealer, maybe sliding your Rembrandt in or your latest Banksy, or if you're coming back from an overseas adventure and bringing something with you, we know that our luxury patrons will want to use that space. We have the lift gate and the tailgate, and in that area we have the viewing suite, the effortless deployment of seats that allow you to maybe take in that moment in front of you, whether it's a savannah stretching out in front of you, or maybe something as simple as your child's sports day. The recreation module can be tailored for that luxury lifestyle moment. We have maybe the challenge of the big red dunes in Dubai, but on the other hand, whether it's the opera or the red carpet premiere, Cullinan has to balance those two concepts beautifully. And I think, yes, we've managed to balance it. We've managed to achieve that uniqueness. Nobody else can do that, but Rolls-Royce can.
Cullinan is an authentic Rolls-Royce. We have taken the car now for months all over the world, into all kind of conditions, on all roads, be it normal roads, gravel roads, be it deserts, be it snow, be it mud. So the car has seen everything, and it is a truly authentic Rolls-Royce. So it's time for the cars to come home, and it's time for them to shed their camouflage. And it's time for you to see the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm incredibly proud to present to you and to the world our magnificent new Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the Rolls-Royce of SUVs. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye from the home of Rolls-Royce here in Goodwood.